Sonic, how come we use tools to do things? Why don't we just use all of our body parts to do whatever we want? Why do we have to use tools? We use forks and spoons to eat food. Why don't we just use our hands and feet and our mouths? Why do we have to have use these tools? What's going on, Big Sonic? Small Sonic, the reason we use tools is to make our lives easier and less messy. If you were to use your hands to eat your food, you would have all the stuff on your hands and you would be all dirty and messy. Tools make it easier for us to live, and we use tools to accomplish various things in our day-to-day lives and to make living easier and etc. and stuff. The reason we use tools, Small Sonic, is so our lives aren't messy and as hard as they could be if we weren't using tools. But Big Sonic, I can just use my hands to eat food. Why do I have to use a spoon and a fork, and why can't I just use my mouth to eat food? What's with this, Big Sonic? Why are so many people like this? Why do people use tools in their day-to-day lives? What's going on, Big Sonic? Why don't we just use our hands and our feet and our mouths and whatever? Why don't we just use our body parts to do whatever we want? That would be very gross, Small Sonic. If you were to just use your hands and feet and mouth to eat food, that would be so disgusting. Quite frankly, people would be very turned off by you. You would be so dirty as a person. You would have all this stuff on your face and your hands. It would be not a good look at all, and our lives would be so much more harder, tremendously harder, in fact, if we didn't use tools. We've come a long way as hedgehogs because we start to use tools and walk and talk like humans, and that's why we've come a long way. If we were just to use our hands and feet and mouths to eat food, and basically we would be going back so many different types of ways. We would just be reverting back to a very primitive state. We use tools to make our lives easier and to make our lives less messy and difficult. But Big Sonic, I can just use my hands and my mouth to eat food. Why do I have to use a fork and a spoon? Because, Small Sonic, you need to use your spoon and fork and tools to do things because it makes your life easier and less difficult and less messy. And if you were to use your hands and your mouth to eat your food, you would be very messy as a person. You'll be getting very dirty. Not good at all, Small Sonic. But Big Sonic, surely I could just use my hands and my mouth to consume food. Well, Small Sonic, indeed you can just use your hands and your mouth to consume food, but that will be very messy and disgusting, and that will cause a lot of problems for you. It's just so much easier and more convenient to use to use tools and spoons and forks and knives. Big Sonic, instead of tools, why don't we, again, I just don't understand it. Wouldn't it be more eco-friendly? Wouldn't it be better for the environment if we just use our hands and our mouths to consume food and to do our other types of tasks? The fact that we have to use tools, those tools, they have to be harvested from precious resources of the planet and stuff, and wood and trees need to be cut down and stuff, and things need to be taken out of the ground to make all these different types of tools that we use on a day-to-day basis. Wouldn't it be more eco-friendly if all of us just use our hands and our mouths to consume food? No waste left over, and everything's just so much more neater and tidier for the environment. But Small Sonic, that is actually a very good point, Small Sonic. It would be better for our environment and our ecosystem if we just use our hands and our mouths. We didn't really use as much tools. We didn't create as many tools as we have now. It would be much better for the environment, but our lives would be just so much more messier and more difficult. And that's quite frankly not good enough for us us hedgehogs, and because we're trying to be like the human beings. But Big Sonic, I'm Small Sonic by the way, but Big Sonic, wouldn't it be better for the environment if we all stopped using tools and just use our hands and our feet and our mouths to eat food and do other things and etc. and stuff? Well, it would probably be better for the environment, I guess. I don't know. Depends on what tools you want to do away with. If we stopped using all of our tools, toilets and stuff like that, and sinks, those are types of tools. If we stopped using all these types of things, maybe our environment will be even more messy. But quite frankly, Small Sonic, the reason we use tools is to make our lives less messy and less difficult and more enjoyable. Tools are for our benefit. That's why we use them. You cannot just not think about our own personal benefits and stuff and making our lives easier and stuff. Of course, the environment and stuff like that is getting negatively affected by our mass production of tools and stuff and whatever, but it's just overall better for our environment, I guess. If we stop using tools, I guess no, but it's just for our personal lives. We use tools to make our personal lives much easier and more enjoyable and less frustrating and difficult and messy. But I'm going to have a good old think about this, Big Sonic. But thank you for your contributions to this discussion and for your enlightening insights and etc. and stuff. And now I'm off. And I'm going to go and think about this. Alright, goodbye, Small Sonic. That guy is turning into a hippie, guys. Oh. The topic of this video is going to be about technology. Technology. Now, why am I talking about technology? Technology, because you know, I got PlayStation 5, PS5 controller, got a big old computer there. Got a TV, heater, laptop, keyboard, mouse, tablet, and look, Macintosh. The old days. Macintosh Plus. Because why am I talking about technology? Why am I talking about technology? The reason why I'm talking about technology is because, quite frankly, technology, in terms of like us human beings as like an animal species, us human beings, I believe we're the only type of creature to have ever invented technology. Literally, no other animal has ever invented technology. A lot of you smart asses are going to come at me and like, well, what about like ants and stuff and beetles and stuff? They create like shit, like they roll their shit up and they use it as like some type of tool. I don't know. Ants, they take twigs and leaves and they manipulate that. So other animals use like their appendages to control and manipulate different branches and stuff like that, and stones and rocks. Technology, no, you dumbass, that's not technology. Technology is like with electricity and stuff and all these moving parts functioning properly in a specific, sophisticated way. No other creature, no other animal has ever invented technology like a heater or TV, PS5. Technology as in like a sophisticated piece of like components and parts that operate in like a very logical, precise way. No other type of animal species has ever invented technology. No, it's unheard of in the rest of the animal kingdom. Only as human beings we've invented like technology, computers, TVs, smartphones, laptops, tablets, all that type of jazz. Only as human beings we've invented technology for ourselves. So the topic of this video, technology, is so crucial, so important to talk about this, because like, I'm telling you for sure, no other animal species has invented technology, any sophisticated piece of technology. No other animal species, even the other primates, because assuming that, you know, us human beings, like a lot of the scientists, they're saying that we're a primate species. Not only are we an animal species, but we're like a primate species, and we're closely related to chimps and gorillas and bonobos. You know, chimps, gorillas, bonobos, these other primates, they haven't done fuck all throughout their like history. Us human beings, we did quite a lot of tremendous, amazing things. Obviously, but the most amazing thing is the fact that we invented technology. No other animal species has done this, has invented technology. It's unheard of in the rest of the animal kingdom. Do you know that? It's unheard of. No other type of animal species has invented technology. Only as human beings we've managed to create like computers and TVs and all that, and electronics and smartphones and whatever. No other animal species has invented technology at all. It's unheard of in the rest of the animal kingdom. Like us human beings, we've invented technology, we've created like computers and all that type of stuff, and cars and all these other types of pieces of technology. It's unheard of. No other animal species has done this, which is why the topic of this video is so important. Technology, because technology is what defines us as human beings. It's what defines us as an animal species. The fact that we human beings have managed to invent technology. We've managed to invent technology as human beings, and we're now so far ahead of all the other types of animals on this planet. No other type of animal species has done this, invented technology, any piece of like advanced, sophisticated form of technology. Obviously, a lot of dumbasses, smart asses come at me, but like beetles, they roll their shit up and they use it as a tool. Ants, they pull twigs and leaves together. No, technology isn't like moving parts, sophisticated systems of different types of things that operate in a logical manner. No other type of animal species has created technology. It's only us human beings, and that's why it's so important to talk about this fucking topic, technology, because it's what defines us as human beings. It's what defines our animal species. It's what defines us as an animal species. I'm being done with my words. Okay, so yeah, okay. What are you getting at though? Why are you telling me this technology? Why is that the topic of this video? Because like the fact that us human beings, we've managed to invent like technology, computers, electronics, smartphones, tablets, that's what really defines us as an animal species. Because it's unheard of in the rest of the animal kingdom. like the rest of the animals, they've never even managed to even like attempt to like build something even similar to like what we have, like computers and PlayStations and TVs and all that type of stuff. No other animal species has done this. Us human beings, we've managed to like go beyond the rest of the animal kingdom and stuff, and we've managed to build all of the sophisticated pieces of technology for ourselves, and it's so amazing. And so we're so unique because there's no other type of animal species, creature that has managed to invent any piece of like technology. Any piece of technology, no other type of animal species has done this. It's only as human beings we've managed to create like all these different types of technology and electronics and gadgets for ourselves and tools. And you know, it really does define us human beings as an animal species, the fact that we've managed to invent technology for ourselves, and we have computers and all these sophisticated pieces of technology and hardware and electronics, and that's so amazing. And only as human beings, no other type of animal species has done this, has invented technology for themselves. It's quite literally, it's unheard of in the rest of the animal kingdom. For the rest of the animals on this planet, living creatures and organisms and life forms, to have invented anything close to what we have invented. Perhaps maybe aliens, that's like, they're the only like types of things that might come close to us, assuming there's like some type of intelligent alien life out there in our planet, not in our planet, but in the rest of our solar system, universe, whatever. But anyway, back to the topic of this video, technology, that's what defines us as us human beings, as an animal species. The fact that we've managed to invent technology for ourselves, and now we're so far ahead of all the other types of animals and creatures and life forms on this planet. But really, why am I getting at technology? Because obviously, look through all of our history, it's all like the advancements we've made as a species, it's all thanks to like technology, the fact that we've managed to invent technology for ourselves. And you know, technology, how do you define that? Like moving, like again, like computers, electronics, PlayStations, all this stuff, cars. But I believe that you can also like count like torches, fire. Fire can be seen as like a very crude form of technology. What is like, well, obviously it's all subjective. What does it mean? Like, what does the word technology mean? It's all like subjective and opinions, but you know, like and you know, like arrows and bows, weapons, that is like a form of technology. Like you can like, obviously, but when I say technology, typically people have like this kind of stereotypical view of like computers and hardware and electronics and machinery and stuff like that. That's what technology is. People don't really typically think about like weapons, like swords, guns, arrows, bows, that being like a type of technology, even though that is really a type of technology. Arrows, guns, bows, that is like a form of technology we've made for ourselves. Again, it all goes back to the dawn of our species, when like some of our like most earliest ancestors, they were banking rocks and sticks together, and they were creating like clubs and like hammers, and they were manipulating their tools, and they were like trying to like advance themselves by that, and they're learning how to improve their hunting styles by using like better like weapons like arrows and bows. And inevitably, like some of our like earliest ancestors, they discovered like fire, and now they could make like torches and stuff, and they can use fire as like a piece of like tool as a technology. Is fire, is that like a type of technology? I don't know, maybe I'm being kind of dumb. It depends on, obviously words are subjective and you might have your own personal opinions on this, but now we have like, from like those like these very earliest crude forms of technology, like weapons, not guns, but like arrows, bows, sharp sticks, hammers and tools, stones that we use to like bash other animals' heads in. And then we, like some of our earliest caveman ancestors, they discovered fire. Now then we had like torches and blah blah blah. From all of that now to like to the modern day, now we have like lights, you know, we have TVs, computers, PlayStations. Really, technology is so amazing. The fact that us human beings, we're the only type of animal species that's managed to invent technology for ourselves. No other animal species has done this. No other animal species has even like attempted to like invent any type of technology. Okay, but what am I getting at? Because now I said so far that like, you know, technology, the fact that us human beings, that we've managed to invent technology, that's what really defines us as an animal species. Okay, but you know, technology, obviously, now like I'm going to talk about like how technology, obviously, it made us human beings, it made us like living and like existing on this planet so much easier. The fact that we have now technology, we don't have to deal with the cold winters, and we don't have to deal with like all of these types of environmental issues, because we have technology, and we can like insulate ourselves and isolate ourselves, and we have like heaters, and we've constructed all these different things to make our lives a lot easier, and we have televisions and PlayStations to stimulate our minds, and we no longer have to be like dealing with like some of the cruelties of Mother Nature. And that's really what technology is all about, like doing away with like a lot of the cruelties of Mother Nature, like winter, the cold, disease, all these sorts of things, being like stuck in the dark. Because, you know, before, like obviously lights, but you know, before fire was invented as well, like fire, like the discovery of fire and lights and stuff like that, our earliest ancestors, they had to rely on like daytime. They had to like operate because like when it was nighttime, they were lost. They were completely kind of trapped by like darkness. They could not see anything clearly in the darkness and stuff, and they couldn't, like, it was out of their control. Our earliest ancestors, like they had to rely on like daytime to see the world properly and stuff. And what it was, but obviously daytime, inevitably nighttime would come around and the darkness would trap our earliest ancestors, and our earliest ancestors probably were freaking out. They couldn't see anything properly. They were looking around, they were just seeing blackness. That must have been so scary for our earliest ancestors. Like when the lights went out, like when the daytime transitioned into the nighttime, it was this whole darkness, and our earliest ancestors, they were so lost and trapped and stuff, and they were ignorant. They couldn't manipulate their environments properly. They couldn't see things clearly and stuff. You know, technology. This is where technology came in. Like our earliest ancestors discovered fire, and now nighttime wasn't really a big deal anymore, because our ancestors, they could use torches to like illuminate their environments and stuff, and they could use fires to illuminate their environments. That's what technology is about. It's about us human beings like doing away with the cruelties of Mother Nature, because Mother Nature is a bitch, and we've used technology to fuck her in the ass and stuff. Technology is what really defines us human beings as an animal species. The fact that we've invented technology for ourselves, all this, like this computers, PlayStations, TVs, all of this type of stuff that we have now, all of this helps us like do away with like the cruelties of Mother Nature, because Mother Nature is a bitch, and we've used technology to fuck her in the ass. But anyway, technology is what really defines us human beings as an animal species. The fact that we've invented technology, obviously, and technology has made our lives tremendously easier. No, now we don't have to deal with like winters, the cold winters. We don't have to deal with like so many different types of environmental issues, the darkness and stuff like that. We don't have to deal with any of like these types of issues that our ancestors, our earliest ancestors, had to deal with, because we now have technology, and we can do away with all of these types of issues and the cruelties of Mother Nature, because we have technology, and now we can use technology to fuck Mother Nature in the ass. But anyway, obviously, you know, technology has made our lives tremendously easier. The fact that we've invented technology for ourselves, that's made our lives tremendously easier. But you know, what are like the consequences of like having like this type of technology with us constantly, right? Obviously it's made our lives easier, but I do believe that it has made us like weaker as well in so many different types of ways, because now like our earliest ancestors, they had to be tough to survive all of like the cruelties of Mother Nature. They had to be tough. They had to like deal with the cold winters, and they had to deal with all these types of environmental issues and stuff, and they had to deal with like predators and like enemy tribes coming in and stealing their resources and territory and whatever. But now us human beings, the fact that we've invented technology, now we have like houses and heaters and boilers and like warm water and stuff and clean water, and we're in our houses all the time, and we don't have to like deal with the cruelties of Mother Nature, and we're like so relaxed and calm. All of this is kind of like very interesting. All of this is like so interesting, because obviously technology has made our lives tremendously easier, for sure. But I do believe that technology, it has also made us weaker as an animal species, because lions, they don't need to like if you throw like any of us human beings into the wild, a lot of us, we would probably not make it to the end. I think a lot of us would be suffering from so many different types of problems. But you know, lions, other like types of wild animals, they can just operate 24/7 in the wild. They don't suffer from any issues. They don't bitch or complain. Their entire like biology is perfectly adapted to the wild. Now us human beings, we have like escaped the wild, and now we're in like a civilization and society, and now we can no longer deal with the cruelties of Mother Nature, and that could be like a big fat problem, because if civilization collapses and we revert back to the wild, that's going to be kind of a tragedy, and then we're going to have to like suffer from all these like consequences, and we're going to have to deal with the cruelties of Mother Nature. I do believe that a lot of us are not going to make it to the end. Technology, it has made our lives tremendously easier, but it has also like handicapped us in so many different types of ways, because our ancestors, our earliest ancestors, they had to deal with like the cruelties of Mother Nature. But now, because of the fact that us human beings, we've invented technology, we can now isolate ourselves from Mother Nature's cruelties, and we have like houses to live in, and now we have heaters and like this technology and computers and all that type of stuff to make our lives tremendously easier. And I think that this has like handicapped a lot of us, because now a lot of us, if we were like thrown into the wild, a lot of us wouldn't make it to the end. A lot of us would just probably get picked off by like predators and lions, or we would like starve to death, because we're so fucking ignorant. We don't even know like how to like prepare food in the wild. We don't even know like how to filter water. We don't know how to like operate and survive in the wild now, because a lot of us human beings, we were so like comforted by civilization and society and stuff, and now that's really handicapped us and made us so much weaker and stuff. And it's kind of like a tragedy that technology has benefited us human beings tremendously, but it has also like took away like a lot of our like survival capabilities. Now a lot of us we're so like handicapped and ignorant and stupid, and if we were thrown into the wild, we would just instantly get picked off by predators or die of starvation or something. But you know, technology, no other animal species has invented any type of technology for themselves. Complex machinery, look at the computers, PlayStations, TVs. No other animal species has ever even like came close to like inventing technology for themselves. It's only as human beings that we've done this. We've invented technology and we escaped the cruelties of Mother Nature. All the other animals, they have to still deal with like the cruelties of Mother Nature. They have to deal with the fact that Mother Nature is a bitch and that Mother Nature's fucking slapping all these other types of animals around, like with like extinction and pollution and the winters and the coldness and stuff and the harshness of like the wildlife areas and stuff and the cruelties of nature. Mother Nature is a bitch, and we've invented technology, and now we don't have to deal with the cruelties of Mother Nature anymore. And that's so like amazing. But you know, technology has also, as an animal species, as human beings, if we were like thrown into the wild, a lot of us would just get picked off by predators. A lot of us would just instantly die in the wild. A lot of us would not make it to the end if we were like thrown into the wild, into the jungle somewhere, and we were just like left to our own devices. Like, you know, a lion. Actually, maybe I'm being kind of a dumbass, because a lot of animals, they would probably, like, if you change their environment, if you put a lion into like some other type of place outside of Africa, maybe it might not be able to survive. Maybe as human beings, actually, maybe we could, like, a lot of us would probably like learn how to like hunt and like prepare meals and stuff and like slowly adapt to like the wild again. I don't know, but I think a lot of us wouldn't make it to the end, because a lot of us were so comforted by civilization and technology. Us human beings as an animal species, the fact that we've invented technology, that's so amazing. No other animal has ever done that at all. But you know, technology, it can also be such a, like, so like it can also like take so much, it can like take so much away from us human beings as an animal species, because I believe that because of the fact that technology has made our lives so tremendously easier, a lot of us, we just become so soft inside and outside and stuff. And if a lot of us were thrown into the wild, I don't believe a lot of us would make it to the end, and that's kind of like very tragic. It is, quite frankly, it's a tragedy that technology has benefited us so massively, but it also like has kind of negatively impacted us in terms of like our survival capabilities. But anyway, you know, without technology, us human beings, we would just be in the jungles somewhere, just like bashing each other's heads in and trying to steal each other's food. We would just be like chimps. I'm not even kidding around. Us human beings would literally be like chimpanzees that are like slightly hairless, and we stand on two legs now, and instead of like crawling on our knuckles, we would just be like chimpanzees. I'm telling you, the fact that us human beings, we've invented technology, that sets us apart literally from all the other types of animals on this planet. And it's fucking so beautiful that we've invented technology and we've escaped the cruelties of Mother Nature. Mother Nature is a bitch, and we fucked Mother Nature in the ass with technology. But still, technology, obviously, has benefited us as an animal species so tremendously, but technology has also like kind of negatively impacted us as well, because now a lot of us human beings, if we were thrown into the wild, we would not make it to the end. A lot of us would just instantly die. If a lot of us were thrown into the wild, a lot of us would just instantly die. We've lost our survival capabilities, and it's kind of a tragedy, and it's quite tragic and stuff that a lot of us human beings, we've lost our survival capabilities, and if a lot of us were thrown into the wild, a lot of us would not make it to the end. But technology is, with the fact that us human beings as an animal species, we've invented technology for ourselves, that sets us apart from all the other types of animals on this planet. The fact that us human beings, we've invented technology for ourselves, and that's so amazing and beautiful. And obviously technology has benefited us as an animal species so tremendously, now where we no longer have to suffer from the cruelties of Mother Nature. We've escaped Mother Nature's cruelties, and now we can do whatever we want, and we're free and stuff. Technology has freed us from the cruelties of Mother Nature, but obviously it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It can also, like, technology has also made us a lot weaker, has got rid of, kind of erased like some of our survival capabilities. Maybe I'm being kind of a dumbass, because technology, now we can just learn how to survive better in the wild. Now we can actually properly learn like all the ins and outs of like hunting and preparing meals and like filtering water. Maybe I'm being kind of a dumbass. Maybe technology has just benefited us massively, and maybe even improved our survival capabilities. Obviously I know that a lot of us, because of like civilization, we've become comforted, but you know, civilization is also like, I think maybe I'm being kind of a dumbass. Maybe technology and civilization, that's just fucking massively improved everything about us, because we can now learn how to like all the ins and outs of hunting and preparing meals and filtering water, like by watching a lot of good YouTube tutorials. Maybe I'm being kind of a dumbass. Maybe technology has just been positive for us human beings overall. But I'm still thinking about it because technology has like kind of softened us up a little bit, and that kind of took away a lot of our survival capabilities. But I mean, technology, we can a lot of us, we can still study like the ins and outs of hunting and kind of adapt to that type of wild lifestyle. So I don't know, technology definitely is the fact that us human beings, we've invented technology, that sets us apart from all the other types of animal species on this planet. And it's quite beautiful to me, the fact that we've invented technology and we've come so far ahead of like all the other types of animals on this planet. Is really beautiful. We've invented technology. Think about it. No other type of animal has done that. We've invented technology and we've escaped the cruelties of Mother Nature, and now we're free to like find our own destiny and to do whatever we want. Obviously, there's going to be a couple consequences and side effects. I do believe so. I do believe that technology and civilization has softened us up, and I think that we have lost a lot of our like toughness and our survival capabilities. But still, in my opinion, overall, the fact that us human beings, we've invented technology, I think that's amazing. I think that's why we've escaped the cruelties of Mother Nature, and that's what sets us apart from all the other types of animals on this planet, all the other animal species. The fact that us human beings, we've invented technology for ourselves, that's so amazing. I don't want this video to be too long, and that's about it.